Hello, Just Jax here and welcome to my channel. Today, Puffy Pouches, squishy fun accessories. Found this in Home Bargains, $5.99. Saw it a few times and wasn't too sure whether to give it a go or not. Then I thought, I've got to really, haven't I? I've never played with one before, so I don't know what it is or what it's about. It has 1 laminator, 10 pouches, 5 decorations, 1 jelly filler, 5 bead chains. We seem to be having what we've got here, so I guess that's the jelly filler. So a sort of slime, maybe? Well, let's open it, see what we got, see what we're working with, and see if we can get it to work. And see if it's all in there. Jelly filler is slime. This bag of goodies. Our laminator. Well, what does this say? On, off, indicator light, settings, preheat seal, inner guide, transparent cover. Preheat your laminator. Press and hold the centre of the transparent cover for 15 to 20 seconds. What have we got? Do not insert pouch. Just to level 1. Select pouch and fold in half, making sure the printed graphics are on the outside of the pouch. Align the 2 edges. Adjust the laminator to level 2 for sealing. Press and hold the centre of the transparent cover to start sealing. Do not release until the indicator light goes off. Carefully repeat. Fill the pouch. Finish the pouch. Fill only 50%. If it's too full, it might break. Okay, well, we'll re-look at that. Knowing what I'm like with instructions, we'll re-look at that in a moment. Let's see what's in our goodie bag. Well, we have some pastel polystyrene balls. Some little... They might be beads, they might just be little bits of blue plastic. Some shiny circles, some sprinkles, or chains, pom-poms. Well, they're quite, well, I guess they're quite big until you see them. So we have snow cone, soft serve, ice cream cake, dots, icy pop, sundae, twirly pop, ice cream sandwich, popsicle, and triple scoop. Check out the slime. Got quite a nice feel to it. It is like jelly slime. So the laminator. Perhaps the light comes on when you've got the batteries in, but I don't see any like hole where a light might be. Well, there's only one way to find out if this works. I will get some batteries and we will see if we can do one of these. Okay, we have batteries in there. So let's see if we can do this. I'm going to pick the easiest one to start off with, which seems to be this one. Or since it's only got to be half full, perhaps we can just go there and there first. So let's preheat. It's not going to be far before we get to that. Preheat the laminator, switch it on, adjust to 1, press and hold the centre of the transparent cover for 15 to 20 seconds. Okay, that didn't take long. Carefully line the 2 edges of the sealed insert laminator. Tuck the edges of the pouch under the transparent cover, flush with the inner guide. Okay. Adjust it to level 2. Well, it seems to have done it. Let's try this side. Well, it looks like we're on the right track. So I think we'll go for like doing the 3 sides and then putting some stuff in there and see if we can seal this without damaging the little loopy bit at the top. Yeah. Looking like it's done right? Well, let's oh, we've got to put some of this in first, haven't we? That's what it's there for. Let's pinch a bit. Well, let's put a bit of that in there. Put a sprinkle of sprinkles in there. A couple of balls. Oh, well, yep, there we go. Those ones have nominated themselves. It doesn't say anything about squeezing out the air. Okay, well, let's just try and do this. I think there was a little ledge there to stop it from going any further, but I think I pushed it over the ledge. Okay, we seem to be... Well, we seem to all be sealed in. Oh, no, we are not. Right. Let's do that again. It doesn't say to preheat every time, does it? When sealing your first pouch, you may need to repeat the sealing process a few times on each edge. Okay. Let's go around then. I mean, it says a few times. How many times a few times? More than 2? I mean, does it look any different? I don't know. We're just gonna go around every edge and do it again just to see. That's gone off on a major tangent. That wasn't in level. And it doesn't feel hot from the outside, so that's good. We'll do the top one more time. And then we'll give it a squeeze again and see what we look like. I think you can see where I went. Oh, at an angle. Right, should we give it a squeeze again and see what happens? I get a feeling there's... Oh no, I think it is airtight. Let's squish it all down one end. Oh, no. Right. I'm pretty sure that's where it went last time. Perhaps you're not meant to squeeze them so hard. It's not over 50% full, so we haven't overfilled it. Perhaps it just hasn't reached optimum temperature. So this would have been 4 times that I've done this one edge. I mean, it feels warm now. The first ones didn't. We try and do them all 4 times to make sure, but we might have to. Does anywhere look like it's giving down here? At the moment, no. I think we might have done it. Right, I'm doing dinner right now because this took longer to get this first one done than I thought. So I'm going to just go and check on dinner. And perhaps we'll get brave and pick one of the more complicated shapes. Well, I've had a look at them. And this is probably going to be the trickiest one. But for some reason I was thinking like crimp, crimp, crimp. Because some of them are a bit more crimped. But we can't do that because it'll crimp a line straight across there. So we have to pick a line to follow. So I'm thinking straight across there. Straight across there. And oh, this one I don't know. Straight across there. Now I have let this cool down and heat back up again, so hopefully, and also knowing what we know, well, you've got to do it more than once, like 3 times, because that one hasn't popped since, and I've given it a good squish around in between last take and this take. Right, that was not a good start. Oh, it's only done that little tiny bit. This is going to be harder than I thought. Now, how tight that is, I don't know. Not tight enough. Oh, this is going to be tricky. We might just have to do a bit of flashing forward at this point. Well, we have gone across there and there is no gaps. So we're just going to put some stuff in there and find out. And we haven't tried pom-poms yet, so I'll put some of this, a pinch of this, and pom-poms in there. Well, it was going to be pink and purple, but I think it's going to be pink and green. Pink and green and purple. I'll try and do like a sandwich effect. Right, about an hour of crimping everything later, I've tried to get this so that it's just a case of filling them and sealing one hole. So we'll do a couple of fills here and now and see if I can get them in the holes that I've left. And yeah, we'll flash forward once again. When it comes to sealing, and hopefully we've done a good enough job. I'll try and use some different bits in these. Right, I'm quite full. We are over half, so hopefully that'll test the limits. Right, I am going to get sealing because that is going to make for boring viewing, and then we'll have a look and see how successful we've been. Okay, we'll cut to the chase. This stopped working. I got, not that one, this one finished. This was the first one of the first ones, along with, right, that one and that one. I got completely finished with that. And I got around the outsides pretty much done with that. After I left it, so I sort of stuffed all these as you saw, and then I had work that night, so I had to leave this. The morning after I came back to it, it would not seal. It had given up. It was done for. I tried heating it up, charging it, held each seam down for 5 repetitions in the end, and it would warm up, but it wouldn't, like, if we get this one up, we had a slight crimp going on and you could feel it did not do that. I was determined to at least get these all sealed because I wanted to. I got my my trusty art wallpaper scraper here that I've been using to melt various things with. A bit of paper so I didn't melt my tabletop, and some baking paper so that this wouldn't stick. And what I had to do to get these sealed at least was heat this on the hob top and go around the edge like this. I tried just crimping it because I thought perhaps I could just get a line, And what happened was I got over generous with the crimping and just cut through it completely. So that's when I started going around and completely, it's like these ones that were done with the laminating machine, you can still open them. This is completely sealed together. Before we go any further, this is an outright fail. Don't bother getting this. It doesn't work. You might get 1 or 2 out. You have to do them about 3 times each minimum. When it does work, then it just suddenly stops. And it's got nothing to do with the batteries. The batteries were absolutely fine. It just wouldn't work. We're going to look at the ones that were done with the machine and give them a really good squeeze. And the ones that were done with the machine while it worked seem to have sealed. Like, I'm giving that quite a good squeeze and no seam is giving way. So while it works, it does work. I don't think anything's leaking out anywhere. I think that's just the air in there being squished around with the slime that's making that squeaky sound. Now, these didn't. Now, that's an side that I didn't seal myself. And that's what I found was happening. It would start to seal and then start to just give way. So it's a big fat fail. Now, what this has done for me, I mean, we couldn't test how much it could handle because it wouldn't seal. So, but what I was going to do with these was squeeze them until they all squeeze out. Now, this one's already given way. So, I mean, how good is my seal? Pretty good. Even where it's cut off, it has actually sealed it properly. I'm going to try and pop these now in different ways. Trying to squish them with a hand. They do. Oh, there's a note. They do hold pretty well where they do work. See, where they have sealed well. Because I've only really gone across the top. I don't think I'm going to be able to pop all of these. See if we can pop any with the rolling pin. Right, let's try one of the first ones. That's quite impressive. It's a shame. This would have been a really good toy if it had actually worked all the way. Try this one. If that would have worked, this would have been an amazing toy to recommend. Well, this one's already got a weak point somewhere, hasn't it? Let's try and roll it all out the weak point. That's quite satisfying. Right, we're going to make our own fun. The polystyrene balls are probably all going to pop out, but well, we've finished on a high note. It's not how the toy was intended by any measure, but I'll be honest, that was more fun squeezing them all out than it was putting them together. Putting them together was a bit mind-numbing, if I'm completely honest. But squeezing them out, that was fun. So, to sum it up, it's not worth it. It doesn't work. So, if you do see Puffy Pouches by John Adams, don't bother getting it. Doesn't matter how cheap you find it. Even, well, I guess if you find it £1, you can get it as like craft materials, or even £2 as craft materials and some sensory slime. So I've got loads of bits left over. Just if you think you're going to get 10 Puffy Pouches to play with, to be able to make and to play with, you're going to be really disappointed. And now I have this to dispose of because there is nothing I can do about it. I've taken the batteries out of it because there was no point in leaving them in. So unfortunately, that's a big fat no. Overall, it was really boring to do when it did work. It wasn't the most entertaining thing. And because there was a lot of repetition involved, 5+, I'd be so bored as a 5-year-old. Just holding this down, and then holding it down, and then holding it down, just to find out it still doesn't work, so we've got to hold it down again. And if I just held this down, like, it wouldn't do it. I had to press it down, like, and that was to get it to work originally. So yeah, it's a big fat no for Puffy Pouches. Very disappointing. Definitely not worth it. Would have been if it worked. Well, thank you so much for stopping by and checking me and my channel out. I hope this has given you a good idea of what to expect should you see a John Adams Puffy Pouches Squishy Fun Accessories ice creamery kit yourself. Let me know what you think. Like if you like what you see. Comment if you've got something to say. And subscribe if you really like what you see and you want to see more. Thank you all again so much. Take care and see you in the next one.